Hi, I'm Johnny B, and welcome to McKinney ISD Sports Talk, and we are talking playoff football, the McKinney North Bulldogs with Coach Mike Fecci. And Coach, you've had some signature wins in your program. I'll go back to last year with Wiley East when you trailed. Even this year, Lovejoy, you were down 2 touchdowns. But because this is the playoffs, you lose, you go home. You were trailing by 14, trailing by a touchdown with 4:55 to go. Would you call this one of the biggest wins for the Bulldog program?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt it is, because of the things you just said, the significance of when it was and how it all went down. It was a huge win for the program, huge win for our kids, real exciting game, a lot of fun, but yeah, I would say it's one of the bigger ones we've had for sure.
When we talked about Nick Hutchins, you and I had a conversation last week, and you said in your quarterback, you want a great leader and a kid who refuses to lose. He pretty much fit that bill on Friday night.
Very much so. He's one of those kids that is an ultimate competitor, and that showed Friday night. He was very competitive for us. He made runs we needed to make. He made some great decisions for us, especially late, and put the team on his back and went and did it, and did a great job.
And the defense played well. I mean, you're down 14. You got a situation where Wakeland's trying to drive a stake in you. It's a 4th and 5. They go for it. You hold them. That allowed Nick to score before the first half.
That, I thought, was one of the bigger plays of the night. Right there. We're down 14-0, as you say, late in the half. They put their punt team out there. We put our punt return. They did the old run the offense on real quick, and we made the adjustment, tried to draw us off sides, didn't, try to throw a pass incomplete, and then we went and scored. So we go into the locker room with momentum, and then get the ball start second half and go down and score. Now we tie it up. Now we're in it. But no, that was a critical play in the game for sure.
You're down a touchdown with 4:55 to go in the game. Your senior quarterback comes out, big runs, big throws, 4-play, 72-yard drive to tie it again. And then you got to get to, you have a chance to win it in regulation.
Right.
You decide a chance to kick it. It gets tipped. It's almost run back. I know your heart's probably going boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
But you make the play to stop it, and you get overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. That decision to kick it there was one that we talked about. You got to make those quick, and it was a long field goal. And, and when we kicked it and he tipped it and the kid caught it about the 10, I had just flashbacks of everybody else, Alabama, Auburn, because our field goal team will cover on that deal, Johnny, but it's not guys that aren't used to covering. I mean, it's 300-pound Ryan Sheets and 310-pound Zach Thomas and guys like that running down the field, and he makes all those guys miss. Made Jomar miss. Matabuke got tackled or blocked, and then it's this kid in open grass. And Nathan Gifford, came from one side of the field all the way back to the other and then caught the kid. And it wasn't just him. You see Colin Pratt on there chasing him down. Our kicker was chasing him down. But huge play by Gifford to give us a chance and then get us into overtime.
Go into overtime. You get stalled. You got to make that decision. It's 4th and 1. Do you try to go for it? You try to kick it. You decide to kick it, and you get it.
Yeah, and the thought process was you take your points. You take your points. You go out and let your defense go to work. Because if you go for it and don't make it, then basically they're already in the position. With the kicker they had, he was very good. When they get the ball at the 25, he's where he needs to be right now. They'll run 1 or 2 quick, easy little plays, and I didn't want to go home on a field goal being made against us. And I felt like our defense could hold them to at least a field goal. I really did. I thought we were playing really good defense at the time. So we take it, we kick it, we go out, and funny little story I'll tell to you real quick is we hadn't been in any overtime games, this year or even last year. Or we had one last year, but a lot of these kids don't. So we meet with them, talk to them. Well, we kick that field goal, and defense goes to go out. And one of the kids says, well, what happens if they kick a field goal? I said, well, we go to another overtime. And then another one says, what happens if they score a touchdown? And it was dead silence. And one kid goes, we go home. And it was dead silence. And I stepped in there, and it was one of them moments. I said, hey, time out. I said, go out there, strip the ball, cover it, and let's go home. And the very first play, I'll be danged, it just worked out.
Fumble, there you go. Great coaching call, one of your best.
Yeah, exactly. But, it was a great win for us.
Let's take a look at these playoffs highlights from Kimbrough Stadium in Plano with the McKinney North Bulldogs. Frisco Wakeland trying to win their first playoff game in their 7-year history. Here's a great scrape along the line by who? Number 15.
Yeah, boy, he played really good. I think he had 18 tackles and 9 of them were for a loss. He played really, really out. So did Ducey. Ducey gets a big-time sack right there on a 3rd down.
I'm sure it was great to have him back.
Oh, it's huge to have him back when you can get depth back on your O-line. You know, Micah Blasey stepped in. It's a great run by him here. Good move there. You know, he stepped in after the first series, and boy, he did a really good job.
And having him battle-tested, I'm sure, this season took a little pressure off. He's already been in big game situations.
Yeah, he has. And those games early on in the year when Ronald was out, Micah had to step in and do it, were huge and really paid dividends for us.
Here you are on defense, and they're long counting, then show you another formation, and again, nowhere to throw.
Nowhere to throw. You know, great job by the secondary, and then there's Gifford, you know, stepping up when he steps up and getting a big sack for us. This is a great throw, a great catch by Kervin Parks, a ball he adjusts to, back shoulder. That's a lot harder catch than he makes it look. Tremendous play there.
Back on offense, Nick at the helm here, and sides, nice read, nice hole, touchdown.
Touchdown for Nick. That was huge right there. That was right before the half to make it 14-7 them. When we come back here, and again, this is a great 3rd down conversion here to our man, Mr. Constantine. Good job catching the ball there in traffic.
Your whole receiving corps has made big catches down this stretch.
They have. Here's another one by Gabe, down there on critical downs. And they have. They've made plays when they need to make them the other night, and that was huge. This is a great block by Micah Balasius right there on that guy, and Nick just walks in. That ties it up at 14. Now we're in a game, and now we're fighting.
On defense again, you said you showed you a little bit of different formations that you hadn't seen before, but here, look at everybody getting to the ball.
Yeah, Matabuke running inside out. It took a little adjusting. We had to go on there. The stuff you're seeing here, that little sprint draw, Matabuke plays that just right. Stuff we hadn't seen him really do, and they came out and did it, and our kids adjusted to those things well. This is a really good run by Micah. Springs out and gets us a big run there, getting us out of our own end. To give us a chance there.
Mike has gotten stronger after yards, after contact. I've noticed in a couple games he's not going down easy.
He has. Yeah, not to cut you off, that was a reverse throwback to the quarterback, and we covered it and get a sack. But Micah has. He's gotten better as he goes. This is another great throw and catch to Constantine. I believe this was also a 3rd down conversion as we're trying to go down and trying to win the game here late, or trying to tie it late. It's a great play fake to then a great catch by Kervin that ties us at 21.
Beat 2 people there.
Yeah, that was a sweet play design. Great time by Dimitri on the stunt there, and we fill the backside and get a big stop right there. This is probably the last drive, and we're trying to go down. This is what I'm talking about, Nick's decisions. It breaks down, it's not there, he doesn't force it. He gets this big yardage, runs the kid over, and gets out of bounds.
He always says he runs angry.
Yeah, here's the fumble at the end. Overtime, Forte strips it right there, and bang, he jumps on it, and that's it.
Victory.
Victory, ball game over, and we're moving on.
You move on to the Cotton Bowl this Saturday, and you get to go to an historic place that the kids get to play. How special is that for the program?
It's huge. It's huge. It's a great venue. It's a lot. What can you say about the history of the Cotton Bowl? It's been there forever. It's hosted some great games and great things over the years. It's a neat venue. It's big. It's a 90,000 seat stadium. I didn't realize it was 90,000 seat stadium. I knew it was big, but when I walked in there last week at our meeting, I was like, wow, this place is really big. The surface is natural grass, which is really nice. We played on natural grass up at Sherman. Granted, it's a little different grass than what you'll find at Sherman, but at the same time, it's still natural grass, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
You got West Mesquite. What do you think about them?
West Mesquite's very talented. They got a bunch of kids committed to a bunch of different colleges. Quarterback's going to Mississippi State. They got an outside receiver that's a junior that'll be a guy that is going to go somewhere in the SEC or the Big 12 next year. They've just got players everywhere. They're very fast. They're very aggressive. They do a lot of things well. It's going to be a big challenge for us. They're a very good football team. As I told our guys on Saturday, though, this time of year, if you're still playing, so are you. And so this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, it's what it's all about. It's a Saturday afternoon Cotton Bowl, second round of the playoffs, trying to get to the third. So it's going to be exciting.
Back where you were last year. Congratulations,
Yep.
Coach.
Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it.
Mike Fecci, the head coach of the McKinney North Bulldogs, when McKinney ISD Sports Talk, another team that is still in the playoffs, the McKinney Boyd Broncos. We'll talk to Don Drake next.